4 light entertainment acts from Britain to go to EXPO. That was, we had Bob and Bruce Adams from Glasgow, we had Fire-Eating Stromboli, we had Freddie Starr and the Delmonts, and of course we had Tony Holland, the musical Muscle Man. Well, last week I went back there and I took some pictures at the fair, some movies of a couple of the acts that we have there, and I thought that you might like to see them this week. Now, Bob has got the special EXPO music, which is the theme music for EXPO. He's going to play it. We're going to show you the movie. We hope that you're going to like it. So if you're ready with the EXPO music, Bob, lights, curtains, and let's go.
Now, that is the Canadian building, and of course there is the new Canadian flag. There are buildings from every country at the exhibition, and this is the Thailand building. And here's Russia. And, oh yes, that's the mini rail. This is most exciting because it goes right around the fair. You get a great shot of everything. Now here is the British Pavilion, which everybody in Britain should be proud of. And Sir William Oliver, that's right, who's in charge of the pavilion. Here he is greeting the Delmonts and, of course, Freddie Starr. Sir William was the most kind to us. And let us see absolutely everything in this amazing British exhibition. Now there are the crowds, ladies and gentlemen, and the crowds wait around the British exhibition 3 hours, if you can believe it, 3 hours to get in. Most of them come from the United States and they really enjoy everything that they see. See that? Oh, indeed. Yes, now here are the boys, as usual, jumping the queue. And this is them meeting one of the very charming British hostesses who are out there taking care of the people who go around the British exhibition. Her name is Gay Haskell. She comes from London. She's awfully nice, and of course, naturally, she has a miniskirt. These boys enjoy it. This is inside the British Pavilion. This is the Carnaby Street exhibition.
For you that we particularly on Opportunity Knocks are honored to think that we have the only light entertainment acts from Britain to go to EXPO 67. And all of us here at ABC Television are indeed honored that the company's managing director, Mr. Howard Thomas, has received the CBE. Now, friends, who won last week? Because I know that we got to get on with the show now. In third place, it was that very brilliant young ventriloquist from Leeds, Ken Wood. In second place, the young man with a fine voice who came from Trinidad, John Clarence. Once again, you, the nation, have brought to the doors of opportunity the duettist, Mina Hall and Bill Dixon. This is becoming a weekly pleasure now. What are you going to sing for us this week?
Only a Rose from the Vagabond King.
You go over there and get all set up for it because we want to hear you. Ladies and gentlemen, again from Bolton, for Mina Hall and for Bill Dixon singing Only a Rose from the Vagabond King, Opportunity Knocks.
Out of the way.
everybody's favorite. Thank you for Mina Hall and Bill Dixon. We have our first talent spotter here for today, and the name is?
Mrs. Edith Rupert. Everyone calls me Eddie.
They call you Eddie. I see they call you Eddie for long?
For short.
For short. Keep that in anyway. Where are you from, Eddie?
I'm from Bristol.
From Bristol. Who are you going to introduce to us today?
I want to introduce to you my husband,
Yes.
the original Peter.
The original Peter. That sounds very exciting. What does he do? I mean, what's he going to do for us?
He does a hand balancing act,
Yeah.
but he has his own original hand jumps at the end of the act. You know,
These
he is
are
the only
original?
one that does
That does these hand jumps. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for the original Peter from Budapest and Bristol, opportunity now. For the great balancing control of a gentleman who calls himself the Great Peter. He comes from Budapest and he lives in Bristol at the present time. You want to vote for him? Just put Peter on the card. We know exactly who you mean. I have another gentleman sitting beside me. Your name, sir?
Well, wherever you go, Hughie, you can see my initials.
Wherever I go, I can see your initials.
That's right. That's
I see. Well, what is your name?
William Chambers.
My gosh, your father must have been a little potty. Couldn't resist that. Tell me, sir, what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm a sales representative in the west of England, and I represent a national roofing felt and damp course manufacturer.
Roofing felt?
And damp course.
I see. In other words, you sell roofing felt?
That's correct.
Have you ever been felt on a roof?
Well, I've spent a few nights on the tiles.
This guy's going to have my job. Who are you going to introduce us to, sir?
Well, I'd like to introduce my daughter, Verona.
Yes.
And she plays the quarter box.
The what?
The quarter box.
And what is it?
Well, it's an accordion, and also it can be played as an organ, and tonight it's going to be played as a combination of the organ and the accordion.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, for a young lady from Bristol, for Verona, Opportunity Knocks. She's only 20 years of age. She comes from Bristol, and her name is Verona. I have sitting beside me now a young man. His name is Ron Patton. He's one of the Patton brothers, a very famous North Country show business family, and of course his ma was Jean Patton. Very nice to have you here tonight, Ron. Very nice. Ron, how long has your family been in show business?
Oh, nearly 100 years.
100 years in show business. Isn't that amazing, ladies and gentlemen? 100 years in show business.
Yes, and Grandfather says you're still using all his old jokes.
Listen to old Sharples over there braying like a horse. I'll tell you something, you're playing some of his grandfather's old arrangements as well, too. You're really... Who are you going to introduce to us here today?
Our brothers, the Harman Brothers.
Yeah, real brothers?
Yeah, real brothers, yeah.
Real brothers. They professionals?
Yes, the professionals.
Where they come from?
From Rotherham in York.
They come from Rotherham in Yorkshire. And what are they going to do for us?
Well, they're going to sing, dance, comedy.
Good, we want to hear them. Ladies and gentlemen, for the Harman Brothers from Rotherham, first time on TV.
The other night, dear, as I lay dreaming, I dreamt that you were by my side. Came disillusion when I awoke, dear. You were gone and then I cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take my sunshine away. Please don't take my sunshine away.
please, gentlemen. Now, my brother, now.
Are you finished?
Yes, thanks, yes.
Good.
Hey, Paul, come here. A little girl woke her mother up at 3 o'clock in the morning. She said, Mummy, tell me a fairy story. The mother said, wait till your father comes in, he'll tell us both one. A couple of friends of mine just had a baby, you know.
All right.
The husband kept bringing his wife lilies. Lilies in the morning, lilies in the afternoon, lilies at night. What do you think they called the baby?
Lily?
No, Sam, it was a boy.
That's quite a pug nose you've got there, you know.
A pug nose?
Yeah.
I'll have you know my father's got a pug nose, my mother's got a pug nose, and my sister's got a pug nose.
Oh, pug noses run in the family then.
Only in the winter when it gets a bit cold, they run a bit down. Your favourite!
For a song and dance man, two fine fellas from up here in Rotherham in Yorkshire. Thank you for the Harman Brothers, fellow named Harman. I have another show business interesting person sitting beside me as another sponsor, a gentleman who has a very famous father, and he's very famous himself in the business, Will Fyffe Jr. Hello. Well, great to have you here. We're all tuning in the sets up there in Glasgow right now. What are you doing these days?
Well, at the moment, Hughie, we're busy rehearsing for our summer season in sunny Bridlington.
In Bridlington, you there for Richard Stone?
That's right, yes.
Fine. Now, you've played and accompanied many famous artists. Who amongst them?
Oh, so many. People like Pat Clark,
Yes.
Frankie Vaughan, Joseph Locke. That's the man. And, of course, the old gentleman himself, Ronnie Hilton.
Ronnie Hilton. I understand that you're making a record with Ronnie Hilton at the present time.
Yes, we're doing one in a couple of days, Hughie. It's called If I Were a Rich Man.
Fine. I'm going to say something to you now, Bill. You don't have a Scottish accent the same way as your dad had.
No, and I'm afraid that's rather a sad point with the Scots people. I was born in Margate.
Yeah.
That's true,
No doubt to save the fare, see? I mean, that's very much... You know, I used to do, years ago, I used to do an impression of your father.
You did?
Yes.
I seem to remember that, yes. I was hoping you wouldn't bring it up.
Yeah.
How about doing it?
Doing it?
Do it for the folks here.
How about All right. Will you play the piano for me?
Sure.
So we're going to borrow a
Yeah.
piano. Borrow a
Yeah,
piano
yeah.
off Robert. Robert, can we borrow one of your pianos, please? Robert Sharp was very wealthy with pianos. How are you? You look better since you came back. I don't know where you've been, but you look better anyway. Can you give me an introduction in the key of C, and we'll try and do an impression of your great father, Will Fyffe. C, if you please. Sort it out. Here we are. I belong to Glasgow, dear old Glasgow town. If there's something the matter with Glasgow, for it's going round and round, and I'm only a coming hard-working chap, as anyone here can see. But when I have a couple of drinks on a Saturday, Glasgow belongs to me. Bill, thanks a million. That was great fun. Oh, I've done that Glasgow Emperor. They pulled it down. Now, what a shame. Great place. Who are you going to introduce in the show?
A delightful young lady called Brenda Marsh.
Brenda Marsh.
Yes, she comes all the way from Berkeley in County Durham.
In County Durham, out there in town, Tyne Tees. What's she going to do for us?
She's going to sing.
To sing. Have you heard her sing before?
Yes, she's marvelous.
She's marvelous. Well, we want to hear her. Ladies and gentlemen, for a charming young lady, introduced by my good friend here, Will Fyffe Jr., for Brenda Marsh from Newcastle on Tyne. Opportunity knocks.
Better love me while you may. Tomorrow I may fly away. I like your gentle touch, your continental touch, your elemental touch, and you want me to. Oh, I know that you do. You'd better love me while I'm here. I have been known to disappear, so don't let this miracle melt away. The clock ticks fast above me. If you think only of me, you better love me while you may. You better love me while you may. Tomorrow I may fly away. I like your gentle touch, your continental touch, your elemental touch, and what you do, oh, I know that you do. You'd better love me while I'm here. I have been known to disappear. Don't let this miracle melt away. The clock ticks fast above me. If you think only of me, you better love me while you may.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If you didn't like me singing I Belong to Glasgow, you must admit we have pretty girls on the show this week. And that young lady's name, very sweet. She comes from Newcastle up in Tyne Tees, is Brenda Marsh. Now, I got a lady here. She's going all like this. Come on, hold my hand. Hold my hand. Hold my hand. You feel better now?
Yes, I do.
You do? You do feel better now?
Yes, I do.
What is your name?
Esther Fox.
Esther Fox. That's Mrs. Fox?
Yes.
Where are you from?
Elland.
From Elland.
Elland,
That's
yes.
in Yorkshire, right?
It
That's
is.
between Halifax and Huddersfield.
That's right.
Right. Now, tell me this, Esther. What do you do for a living?
I'm a coffee girl.
Coffee girl. Where are you a coffee girl? On the railway station?
No, I work in the factory where all the best raincoats are made, even the one that Harold Wilson wears. So,
Harold Wilson's... You made Harold Wilson's raincoat?
well, I didn't make it, but it was made where I work.
In your factory, isn't that interesting? Well, believe you me, with the stormy weather we've had recently, he needs a Mac, doesn't he now, ladies and gentlemen? He really does. All right. Now, who are you going to introduce to us?
The Elland Boys Brigade Anchormen.
I see. These are Boys Brigade fellas?
Yes.
I see. And now tell me this, because this is something which always interests me. They're playing in a band here today. What do they do aside from playing in the band?
Oh, most anything.
Yeah.
They have all kinds of occupations in the brigade, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Medals for all kinds of things to do.
But
And one of the things which I'm very pleased to tell you about is
Yes.
that they do help me to raise money for other people.
well, I think that's very nice. I think that's really good. What is the average age? What's the average age of the boys? I mean, how old are they?
Well, they range In the whole brigade.
Yes, in the whole brigade.
I think from about 11
Yes.
up to 20, I
Fine.
think.
We're going to see him in the band right now. Ladies and gentlemen, for the Elland Boys Brigade and Command Orchestra, Opportunity Knocks. Go ready. 5, 3, 5. In about 2 minutes from now, we'll be back. Incidentally, this is the Elland Boys Brigade Band, and the boys did really great. In 2 minutes from now, we'll be seeing you again. Don't go away. Thank you.